morning. Can you please say your name for the record?
Good morning. My name is Kayla De La Cruz.
Ms. De La Cruz, are you employed?
Yes,
What do you do for a living?
I am a nurse practitioner
How long have you been a nurse practitioner for?
since December of 2022.
Oh, okay. Ms. De La Cruz, do you know the defendant in this case?
Yes, he's my cousin's ex-husband,
Okay. Do you know his name?
Billy Delgado.
Can you please point at him and describe a piece of clothing?
He's the gentleman on the left-hand table. He is wearing the long-sleeve blue shirt, black pants, black shoes.
Your Honor, at the time that the record reflect that the witness has ID the defendant.
No objection, the record will so reflect.
And you testified earlier that Billy Delgado, the defendant, is married to your cousin. What's your cousin's name?
Erica Torres.
Okay. How long have you known Billy Delgado?
Approximately 6 years now.
6 years? Okay. And you also testified that he was the ex-husband?
Correct.
Okay. Can you please describe the relationship as to your personal knowledge of the defendant and your cousin, Erica Torres?
My cousin has a daughter with Billy,
Okay. And what's her name?
Esmeralda Emmy Delgado.
Okay. And can you tell the jury, I don't know, any personal knowledge that you might have as to the relationship that they had?
It could be described as toxic.
Toxic in what way?
I was never physically around Billy, but I would always verbally hear him abuse her.
Judge,
She said she had no personal knowledge. She was physically around him.
but she testified that she heard Billy Delgado abuse her. So those are his statements.
I clarified the question for the record. I'll overrule the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. When you testified that you heard Billy Delgado abuse her, what did you mean by that?
2 weeks prior to this incident, it was my cousin's birthday, May 18th, and I was on the phone with him, with my cousin, while he was telling her something. I cannot recall word by word exactly what it was, but I do recall myself stating, "Did he just threaten you?" And she said, "Yes." He said, "This is my last birthday."
Okay, and when you said threaten you, what did you mean by that? What made you believe that it was a threat?
Because of the way he was speaking to her, the tone of voice that he was addressing her.
Not because of the words he
And
used,
the-
just the tone of voice.
Well, yes, and that's because basically he was saying it was your last birthday, which was giving me some type of clarity that she no longer was going to live.
Okay, and were you concerned for your cousin, Erica Torres?
I was.
Did you tell her anything?
I did.
What was that?
That she needed to address this with Laredo Police Department, and I also made her mother aware of the situation.
Okay. Anything else that you experienced from that relationship?
Not really.
How was Erica Torres with Amy, her daughter?
Erica's a great mother. She's always been involved with her daughters. Most of the time, always together.
Okay. So now let me take you back. Oh, and when you said it was May of 2024, or what year was it?
Correct.
Okay.
May 18th of 2024.
Okay, thank you. Now, let me take you back to June 1st, 2024. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Maybe it was Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. What do you remember from that day, from the beginning?
That morning, Erica and I had gone to go have breakfast. While having breakfast, she did get a phone call where she was speaking with Emmy, her daughter, and her daughter was with her father, Billy Delgado.
Okay, what happened next?
Emmy and Erica were just talking over the phone, and that she wasn't gonna get to see Emmy until tomorrow, which would be Sunday.
To paraphrase of a conversation she's not a part of. It's over the phone. She She's not listening to you.
our conversation, so we're getting a distorted view of whatever she's interpreting.
I'll rephrase, Judge.
I'll sustain that objection. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so you testified that you were with Erica eating breakfast. Around what time was that?
This was before noon.
Before, okay. And you testified that she got a call from Amy. Okay, and after she hung up with Amy, what happened next?
I departed because I was going to be leaving out of town, and Erica went her own way too.
Okay. What happened next?
Then
Once you left the restaurant.
I leave the restaurant, I get home, I'm preparing my bags to leave out of town. I get inside the vehicle. As we're leaving my home, I see on my phone that I had a missed call from Erica.
Okay, what
This missed call was at approximately 1:16 when I received a phone call from her,
That's
and
1:16
around,
p.m.?
correct.
Okay. What
And then I also received a text message from her at approximately 1:17, 1:19, and by 1:20 I called her back.
what happened?
In that text message, in my statement, it's word per word as to what I received message from her, but basically stating that she was lost, she was confused as to why she had to pick up her daughter today when they had already agreed that she was picking up her daughter until the next day.
Which is Sunday, June 2nd, 2024, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and what happened next after you saw that you had a missed call and a missed text from Erica Torres?
So at this point, I'm already on the line with her. She's stating that she's confused, that she's lost, that she's on her way to pick up her daughter, and that she's almost there.
Did she tell you where she was going to pick up her daughter, Emmy?
She stated at Emmy's biological father's residence.
Which is?
I've never been to Mr. Delgado's home.
Yeah, okay, so it was Billy Delgado's residence.
Correct.
Okay, and then what happened next after you called her back?
She didn't want to hang up, so she told me to wait, that she was already approaching, and as she's approaching, I hear multiple gunshots. Approximately 6 gunshots. I hear her scream, frantically crying.
Can you stop there? When you heard the gunshots, how did that make you feel?
I was shocked.
Were you expecting to hear any gunshots?
No, I was not.
Okay, so you're on the phone with Erica Torres. You hear multiple gunshots. What happens next?
I hear her scream.
Do you know what she was saying?
She was in pain, screaming in pain, and she just says, ah, ah. And as she screams, the call drops. I immediately call her back and I say, are you okay? She says, no, call 911. Billy shot me. He shot me. He shot me. As she's telling me this,
At that time when she's telling you that, what was going through your head?
she's injured. She's injured. We need to get an ambulance. We need to get paramedics on scene.
Did
She
believe
needs
you at that time when
assistance.
She told you that?
Yes, because of the way you're in distress. When somebody gets a gunshot wound, you're not going to be calm, collective. You could hear that she was in distress. She was in pain. She was frantic.
Okay, so once she told you, call 911, Billy shot you, Billy shot
I
you,
put the
what
phone on speaker and I'm starting to dial 911 without knowing that the other call would drop with her. I thought I would be able to merge the calls. So her call drops and I begin to speak with the operator. As I speak with the operator, I give my cousin's full name, exactly what I heard, her location, the vehicle she was driving, and I have her on Find My iPhone where I was able to give the location based off Find My iPhone.
happened? Do you remember that location?
It was in Smith Street.
May I approach?
Exact numbers, no.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna show you like an aerial map of the city. This is North Smith. So it was like more or less around that. This area where the apartment was. It's Reynolds, Smith, and here's Clark, and here's Arkansas. And I believe this is where he lives. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was North Smith Avenue, with the address I believe I gave to the 911 operator.
So more or or less this is the location that you gave 911 because based on your phone, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and then once you tell 911 the location, what happens next?
I spoke to the operator for approximately 2 to 3 minutes, letting her know that I did hear gunshot wounds, that Erica did verbalize to me that she was shot.
What happened next?
I requested EMS to arrive to the scene, but as I'm on the line with 911, I can see that she's moving. And that's when I see that now she's at the corner of Clark and Arkansas.
We have two witnesses?
Yes.
Really key witness here. We're going to pause it right there. We're going to watch more testimony from her coming up right after this break.
Matriarch of the Adelson family gets arrested.
Donna Adelson is facing charges of murder, the death of her former son-in-law, Dan Markell.
Prosecutors say a bitter child custody battle was the motive for the murder-for-hire plot. Now that Donna has turned into a defendant, what's next for the Adelson clan?
Now that the ship is really sinking fast, blood doesn't matter that much.
The Matriarch Mastermind murder trial. Live coverage begins this August on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. We have a brand new trial we are showing you in Texas. We're going to go back into the courtroom live in one moment. First, though, I want to show you the full docket we've got for you today. Here's what we're tracking in Washington. We're getting ready for the verdict watch to start at noon for the attempted honor killing trial. Then in Colorado, we're expecting closing arguments in the dentist case, the poison shake murder trial for dentist James Craig. We'll be showing you that. And in Montana, a brand new trial starting up here on Court TV. We're calling it the returned mail murder trial. As defendant Jason Palmer is accused of shooting his neighbor after a fight over a piece of mail. How crazy is that? And in Texas, we've got that assault case involving defendant Billy Delgado. What is his defense going to be? He's accused of shooting his estranged wife, Erica, hitting her 5 times in the abdomen. He is saying that the child they shared was in danger. Let's go into the courtroom now. We've got the victim's cousin on the stand. She's what we call an outcry witness. Let's watch.
Okay, so now you're seeing in your phone that she's in this location?
Yeah, she was on Clark. And
On
then
Clark.
going
So you started moving pretty
heading.
much on Clark. And did your phone give you this location at the corner of
Yes.
Arkansas and Clark?
Yes.
Okay. So she drove based on your phone all that distance.
Correct.
Okay, Ms. De La Cruz. Okay. Once you find a new location, you testify that you knew that she was moving and she ended at the corner of Arkansas and Clark. What happens next?
I arrived to the scene.
Okay. And what happens next?
Upon arrival to the scene, I see her green Kia Soul. She's in the driver's seat. She's restrained, wearing her seatbelt. You see airbags deployed from the passenger side, because that's where the side I was in. You see her slump forward. I scream her name. She doesn't respond, so I already know that now we're in trouble.
Let me ask you, you testified that you saw a green Kia Soul. Do you know what Erica drove?
Erica drove that green Kia Soul.
Okay, so once you got to the scene, did you see multiple cars or you only saw the...
Correct, it was a 3-car collision.
Okay. But your focus was where?
On Erica. Why? Because by this point, I already knew that that was not the initial scene.
Yeah.
And I knew that most probably they didn't know that she had gunshot wounds.
Okay, so once you arrived to the green Kia Soul, what do you do next?
I see that there was a bystander man on the driver's seat, on the driver's side. He was holding, trying to hold her neck. And I tell him, I'm like, she has gunshot wounds. He's like, nobody shot gunshot wounds. No gunshots here.
Was that man in uniform or was it just a regular...
A regular white t-shirt.
Okay, and then what happened next?
And then I reconfirmed with him. I said, no, I heard the gunshot wounds. Erica confirmed verbally, telling me that they were gunshot wounds that she just suffered. At this point, Erica's already, she's pale. At this point, he doesn't let me touch her, so I can't check for a pulse because that's immediately what I was trying to get to. I wanted to see if she still had a pulse or we needed to go ahead and intubate, start CPR.
Was she conscious at that time?
No, she was unconscious.
And then what happened next?
EMS was already at the scene. I told them we need to get a stretcher, like she needs to go straight to the hospital. I am a trauma nurse, so I do understand the gravity of what was going on, what basic process was needed next. Basically, she needed to arrive to the ER, get intubated, and go straight to the OR so that the trauma surgeon can start.
For the record, you testified earlier that you were a nurse. You've been a trauma nurse for how long?
I finished in May of 2018 as a registered nurse, and I did all my undergrad in emergency nursing.
Okay, so you kind of knew what you were talking about. That's why you were giving advice to the people there, right?
Correct.
Okay, and what happened next once you tell them, she has to go to the hospital, ER right away?
I told him to go to the nearest ER, which was LMC, and that I would meet them there. And before they left, I told them that she was a full quote, that we did agree for her to get intubated, and that we did agree for her to get any blood necessary, because at this point I knew she had lost a lot of blood.
Okay, so once you arrived to the crash scene, you saw the Kia Soul, and you saw your cousin, what was going through your head?
Based off what I heard, based off my clinical and medical experience as well, I knew that only God was able to do a miracle on her.
And once you saw her leave in the ambulance, what happened next?
I prayed and I followed the ambulance.
You went to the hospital too?
Correct.